did opening week 2s and preempts. So I've just, these boards I prepared last week but forgot all about them. So I thought, seeing as how they're here, we'll just do a little practice and see what you remember. So if you had this hand, what would you open with that?
2 spades. 2 spades.
Correct.
Stop 2 spades.
Yes. Even better.
Gold star for that, I think.
Gold star, yeah. Yes. In fact, we'll say stop. 2 spades. Okay.
That's far too early.
And what? Your partner's opened that, and you've got this hand. What would you respond to your partner's opening of 2 spades?
4 spades?
Yeah. Stop 4
Stop,
spades.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Both preemptive hands, just shutting out the opposition. Very good. So you have remembered. Right, okay, this one here. Here's this one. What would you open with the top hand?
Stop.
Yeah.
3 diamonds.
Right. Stop 3 diamonds. And what would you apply with that hand there?
No trumps. My God.
No.
3 hearts.
3 hearts.
3 hearts,
Three
correct,
hearts.
because you've got a lovely heart suit and you've got good points. And then that person would say, because they have
4 hearts.
4 hearts, yeah. 4 hearts, I've got 2 hearts. Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go, that'll do, won't it?
Yeah.
Who's this? Right, come in. It's a ghost. Is this
Hi,
covered?
Ingrid.
No,
Right,
she's not well.
what you got?
Cold.
Cold?
Yeah.
I thought she was looking after the kids today.
Yeah, I'm cold, sir. Did you know that there are 7 kids?
Okay, right, that's good. So we're all sorted. You're going to be on your own at this naughty table. Have we late?
What the situation is.
Okay. No COVID talk today, please. We're banned from this room. Coronavirus.
You have to leave the room if you say that.
Yeah.
You probably wish I hadn't.
Okay, John's going to come and help, but yeah, so that'll be all right. Okay, so today's lesson is who's talking? It sounds like Vino.
I was still going on
This again's brain, just
Muttering.
muttering about the 3 no trumps.
Oh, okay, right. But the reason you can't say 3 no trumps is because you've only got a singles and diamond,
Yes.
and you've got your partner has only got the top 2 ones, they're not guaranteeing the top 3 ones. So you've only got 1 entry to their hand. Now you're not going to make any, are they? They're going to take their ace, and then you can't get back to them, can you?
Yeah.
So that's why you can't see. You have to have a couple of their suit. If it had been, say your hand, just for argument's sake, before we move on to something else. Say your hand would have been, or like that, then you could have responded with 3 no trumps because you've got all the stops and suits and you've got 3 of their suit to be able to get to their hand. So
The way
that-
it was before, and you only had the 8 of diamonds,
yeah,
you've got 8 diamonds between you.
Got a fit.
you have got a fit, but you're better in hearts than in diamonds.
Mm.
And you can't be in no trumps because you've got no entry, really. Well, you might have an entry with the club, but you don't know that. You don't know if you've got an entry or not. So it's safer to show your heart. And you had a lovely heart suit, didn't you? Whatever it was. There's no point in not showing those nice hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because as it happens, you've got 2, so you've got a nice fitting hearts. So you're better to find your age of fit than to go to
Yeah.
5 diamonds.
Yeah.
So let's assume that the top hand didn't have the Jack and 7 of hearts, and had the jack and seven of spades instead, or the 10 and 7 of spades,
Right.
what would you do in that situation?
If they had the jack and seven and the 5 of hearts like that.
Still hard.
Yeah, I think you'd still be better in hearts.
Even if you had a void, or would you just rebid your diamonds?
You wouldn't, no, I would.
You wouldn't get into their heart. You wouldn't be able to get in. would
If you're in
you?
hearts, you would, because it's a trump suit.
Oh right.
It's only if you're in,
Yeah. No trumps.
if you're in you might pass, can you pass that bit in fours? I would probably just go 4 hearts anyway, or you could say 4 diamonds and say I haven't got any hearts and leave it up to them. You could rebid your diamonds, yeah. But we didn't have that hand, David. You're just making it difficult.
I was just curious myself as to what you do.
There's honestly in bridge so many variations of what you could or may do or may not do. And it's not always a clear answer, which is why I try and set the hands where they are. But in real life, you'll get hands where you think, oh, what should I do with that? And it's just not always, even the most experienced players will not be, well, they'll know what they're going to do, but it might not be the right thing because it turns out that their partner's got this other thing. So, yeah, basically, I try and give you hands so that you can see what the guidelines are, and then when you go and play proper bridge, you haven't a clue.
It's useful.
They'll come up, but I mean, you should have a clue. I was just joking, just being facetious. Right, okay. So today is about strong bids. Last week was about weak bids, today it's about strong bids. Now, if you pick up a hand where you've got 23 plus points, which isn't very often, but you might just happen to have one, you open it 2 clubs. Now, this has got nothing at all to do with clubs. You might have no clubs. It's just purely a point count. Now, the 2 club bid in ACOL, especially when we're playing week 2s in ACOL, can also be used to show a strong major. Now, not everybody uses it that way. John, who's come today, uses it purely for 23 plus clubs because we play strong 2s, not weak 2s. So everybody's system might be slightly different. But the way I'm teaching today is because we play in week 2s, we need a bid to be able to if we've got a strong 2 to be able to show that. So we use the 2 club bid. So when you open 2 clubs, you've either got 23 plus points of any shape, or you've got a strong 2 and a minor. Not minor, a major. Now a strong 2 and a major means you've got 6 of that major and 8 playing tricks. 8 playing tricks is when you can calculate. You've got ace, king, queen, jack, 10 of and 8 of 6 of the suit, and then an outside ace and another ace. So you've got you can count 8 tricks in your hand straight off the top. Now usually that means you've got about 18 plus points. So as a guideline, I would say you've got a 6-card major with 18 plus points. You can also open 2 clubs. And your partner cannot pass that bid. It's a conventional bid or an artificial bid, and it's got nothing at all to do with the club. So your partner has to bid. Even if they've got no points at all, they have to say something. And
So what would they see? They couldn't see past them.
we're going to tell you. Yeah. So if you've got 0 to 7 points, then you bid 2 diamonds. Now again, that's an artificial bid. It's nothing to do with diamonds. It's really telling your partner you've got no points or less than 7. That's all you have to do. So they open 2 clubs, which has to be alerted by your partner because it's an artificial bid, so they must get a little alert card out, and if the opposition asks you what it means, all you have to say is strong and forcing. Okay? It's strong and forcing is 2 clubs. When they respond 2 diamonds, the person who opened has to alert that, and they just say it's a negative because they haven't got much. Okay? So once your partner's replied 2 diamonds, which they usually do if you open 2 clubs, very rare they don't, but they might not anyway. Then you then show what you've got. So if you've got an 8 plus, you shut the garage door.
You mean this one here?
No, the outside one, the big one, just to keep the batten down the hatches.
Do you know how to do it? Because they're all different, aren't they?
No, just pull that one down.
Oh, do you?
Thanks, John. Just to keep the heat in, that there is. Leave the door up, if that's fine.
Well, I'm just sitting there. Just sit.
We'll try and get this over before he comes back, because he'll just criticise me. Right, so, yeah, so if you've got 0 to 7, you bid 2 if you've got 8 plus, sorry, in response to your partner opening 2 clubs, you either bid a suit or you bid 2 no trumps. So if you've got or 8 points or an ace and a king, so that's 7 points, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it has to be an ace and a king. It can't be like 3 queens and a jack.
Right.
If you
But
had
from
3
the
queens,
same
and if you had 3 queens and a jack, it would be the 2 diamond. But if you got an ace and a king, no, they don't have to be in the same suit. They just have to have an ace and a king.
Pump the volume there.
I'll put some WD on it. You can sit here, so you can't see. If you sit there, you'd be blocking their view.
I can see that.
That's okay. So you can bid 2 no trumps in response to that, or a suited suit. You should have at least 4 cards in the suit if you're bidding the suit and an ace. Right.
So when you say bid a suit, if you've got the 4 cards, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you've got the longer hand, when would you bid 2 no trumps?
When would you bid 2 no trumps? Okay. Well, I tell you, we'll go through this and I'll do a hander for you. Because this is going to be a crap video, but never mind. We don't mind, do we? Right. So if your partner responds with a suit or with 2 no trumps, the person who opened 2 clubs wants to get a little bit excited and think maybe there's going to be a slam on here. Okay? So with any other response, they'll think about this slam that's going to happen. Okay. This isn't really right, so the first one, if partners responded 2 diamonds, the opener now shows their hand. So if they've got 23 to 24 points, they just bid 2 no trumps. If they've got 25 to 27, they've got enough a game on their own, so they can bid 3 no trumps. This is if it's balanced. If they've got 28 to 30, they can bid 4 no trumps.
Then there is underdog. Does it?
Well, it
Because-
depends how many points they've got. If they've
Yeah.
got, they know their part. If they're bidding 4 no trumps, they know their partner's got 28 to 30. They've got 0 to 7, haven't they? So if they've got the maximum 7, they can say 6 no trumps. But if they've got any less, they'll just pass the 4 no trumps. It's sort of a quantitative bid. That the other bids, the other person can pass the 3 no trumps or the 2 no trumps. But they can also use statement and transfers as well. So if they've got an unbalanced hand and their partner's opened 2 clubs and they've said 2 diamonds and they've said 2 no trumps, and they've got 4 hard major, or if I've got major, they can transfer the partner into it, like you would do with the 2 no trumps. Remember, if somebody opens a 2 no trumps, you just treat it exactly the same. You just pretend they've opened 2 no trumps and you use statement and transfers exactly the same. Only this time, you know they've got a couple more points, so you're probably going to be in a game. You only need, they've got 23 to 24 points. You only need 1 point, possibly 2, to be in game. So you must consider that and not just simply pass. Especially if you've got 5 points, you either want to put them up to 3 no trumps, or you want to consider if you've got a major fit, and then you would either transfer them into the major suit. So say you had 5 spades, and it went 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 no trumps. You would then bid 3 hearts, transfer them to spades. They would then say 3 spades, but then because you've only got 5 spades, because this is what you do with a transfer, isn't it? You then go back to 3 no trumps to say, actually, you've only got 5 of them. Pick your game, and then that person would decide if they want to play it in 4 spades or 3 no trumps.
Nothing true.
It's the same with if they had 5 hearts. they would bid 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, 3 no trumps, and then they would just leave it up to them to decide. If they had 6 hearts or 6 spades, they transfer them into the suit, and then they bid 4 of the suit. They don't go 3 no trumps, it just goes 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 no trumps, 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, 4 hearts.
Got it.
Simple.
It's all concentrating at the time.
If you want to do a statement, then you'd say it would go 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 no trumps, 3 clubs, 3 diamonds maybe, I haven't got a 4-card major, 3 no trumps.
But have they not already said that earlier on, when they bid diamonds?
No, the first diamond bid
Yeah.
was a denial. It was just a negative actually, not a denial, it was a negative. It was saying I've got less than 7 points, 7 or less points.
Yeah.
So that's when they say that. And it's a different person that says it, isn't it? Because it's like, it's the opener who said 2 clubs. So say you're John's partner,
Yeah.
you open 2 clubs. I know he's not sitting opposite, but just pretend he is.
Yeah.
You've opened 2 clubs. John has said 2 diamonds.
Mhm.
You've got 23 points, so you say 2 no trumps, right? John then says 3 clubs, and he's asking you if you've got a 4-card major, and you come back, and what's the answer to no?
Diamonds.
You 3 diamonds.
Yeah.
So John then says 3 no trumps.
All right.
It's all a question, it's all, you're just having a little conversation with your partner, and it'll probably be easier at the table when you've got them in front of you than when I'm just saying it quickly. But that's how it goes. Okay? Is that clear as mud? Yeah. Good. Right. So, if on the other hand, your partner has responded 2 diamonds and you have got your strong 2 in the major, which is your 6-card suit, and like I say, probably you've got 18 plus points and 8 playing tricks, which we just discussed, then you would then bid your suit. So it would go, you would open 2 clubs, your partner responds 2 diamonds, this is if they've got a week, and you respond 2 hearts. Now your partner can, this is game forcing, your partner cannot pass that bid. They have to now bid again. Now if they have 0 to 3 points, they bid 2 no trumps. This is a second denial. This is saying really I've got nothing much. If they've got 2 of your suit and some points, they would increase your bids, so either to game or to the 3 level. Just to say that. It was 0 to 3 points. They could actually bid 3 of your suit. I would probably do that. Yeah. Is that all I've written? Must be more to it
Something
than
on the
this.
back.
Well, there is something on the back. Is that today's game? Playing in, no, that's not. No, that's not. Do you know, I always knew the was, I was finished up. Right, so, any questions as to anything else? Because I feel like, yeah,
I put central heat on.
it's on.
Is it?
Do you want a blanket?
Oh, just to show you that sometimes you can pick up a hand of 20 to 28 to 30 points. It's very rare, but it does happen. It happened last night. There was a hand of 29 points.
29 points, yeah.
And if you make your strong bid, 2 clubs, that's the correct bid. And then the partner had only 6 points, so they were bound to say 2 diamonds. Now the correct bid the correct bid after the 2 diamond bid is 4 no trumps to show 28 to 30 points. Now if you're sitting there with 6 points and your partner has made that bid of 4 no trumps, then really you should be going for a slam, which was with 6 no trumps. So those bids do show a gradation which will help you to decide whether to go to a slam or not. Now as it happened last night when it was bid, it actually went off one.
Oh.
And Angie and Fred didn't bid it, and they made 5 no trumps, and they stayed in 3 no trumps, and they made it +2. So we got a bottom from that. But really, you should be bidding 6 no trumps according to your bidding system on that hand, on those hands.
Well, Anthony just went straight to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes, we were arguing on this, and I've done exactly the same in that situation.
that's right.
29 points, there's no way I'm stopping short of a slam.
That's right, he opened 2 clubs, his partner said 2 diamonds and he just said 6.
Did you?
Did you get it? No, he went
Oh,
on.
okay.
Poor distribution.
Did you
of
enjoy it?
space.
Yeah, so but that's the correct way, this footnote. If your partner, well, is there any other questions, because there's gaps in this
Are you
knowledge.
leaving that up for when we play?
I will leave it up, yes, but there's little gaps here as to what I haven't told you, and I just wonder if you can spot them.
Right. Start again.
So, well, we'll just go back over it and show you. So then with, I'm running out of paper. It's not like when I worked in college, I could get paper all the time. Now I have to go
What's on the wall?
to a shop.
Pay money.
I have to pay money, yeah. I have to get somebody who works at the college to bring you some paper. Right, so let's just start. Let's just go over it. With 23 plus points, any shape, or an 18.6 card major, good major that is. Not, you don't want the 18 points in another suit. You want them in the major, like Ace King to 6. You can open 2 clubs. Now that has nothing to do with clubs. It's forcing. Your partner announces it as strong enforcing.
Is this still called Stamen?
No, it's not Stamen. This is just a conventional artificial bid. It's called ACOL, but it's not. But the ACOL has many bids, and clubs seems to be the pretty little suit that gets used for all sorts
Yeah.
of things.
But you can use it on steam and further on. in
You
the
can't
game.
use it on Stamen further on, yeah, but then there'll be 3 clubs because you're at a higher level.
Right.
Yeah, so this isn't saying. This is just basically saying I've got it's strong enforcing. That's all it is. Strong enforcing bid.
That should be announced.
Yeah, that's what the partner has to announce it, not you. You don't
Oh,
say
yes,
it.
of course.
You don't say it. You say stop to 2 clubs,
Yeah.
and your partner then gets the little alert card out, waves it round, and when the opposition ask, you say strong and forcing. You don't say strong enforcing until they ask. You just wave your alert card round. Now, other systems have a different meaning of 2 clubs. That's why you have to tell them, because not everybody plays ACOL. Some people play Precision Club, some people play SAYE, some people play. There's all sorts of systems. That's why you have to alert bids so that other people who are playing different systems know. Like I've always told you, it's not a secret language between you and your partner. It's meant to be open and transparent, and everybody at the table.
Like the Sonics.
It's not like in Sonics, no.
Open and transparent.
Yeah.
So it's strong enforcing. Your partner cannot pass. They can sit there with no points and 5 clubs and think, oh, I'll just pass that. No, you can't. You must bid again. You must say something.
What, is that a law? What if you don't?
You'll be shot.
You'd be looking for a new
You wouldn't
partner.
get You know, you said you've got to learn 2 diamonds. Why? Because you're not going up.
You have to alert the 2 diamonds because it's an artificial bid.
It's not a law. To answer your question, it's not a law.
So you just see
It is part of your system with your partner. So you won't get in trouble with the bridge authorities if you don't do it, but
Yeah.
you will get in trouble with your partner.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because your partner will not be happy, and they will just, depending who it is, they might just say, that's okay, partner. But if it's somebody like me, they wouldn't say that, would they, John?
What would you say?
What would you say?
What do you think you're doing? But you're not meant to say that. You're meant to keep a poker face and keep very quiet and just smile sweetly
Yes.
and not say anything.
Kick them on.
You should not. You can be told off for shouting, "What do you think you're doing?" That would be terrible.
And you could attract the attention of the tournament director.
Yes, and you will be reprimanded if you do behave like that. Behave. You would be. Well, I am the tournament director, so I have to tell myself off. So it's yeah. You mustn't shout like that really at all. You mustn't do that. You must control your emotions, and you must just sit there and think shit.
Later on.
Because nobody else is going to bid, are they? The opposition is just going to pass, and you're going to be left in 2 clubs. with 29 points
Yeah.
and no clubs. So you mustn't pass. But like I say, you're not meant to shout at your partner at all, ever. You mustn't do that. I mustn't do that at all, ever. It's very bad. You must always be nice and polite, or you won't have a partner.
You do tend to prejudge, don't you?
As long as you know.
No, when you see me going off on a tangent, you're quick to condemn, and yet it's always right to do so.
Anyway, responding to 2 clubs, if you've got 0 to 7 points, you bid 2 diamonds. That's nothing to do with diamonds, and that's why it has to be alerted by your partner, because it's an artificial bid. Any bid that doesn't mean what it says should be alerted, basically.
What if the 4 of you are playing knuckle and he'll know anyway?
No.
You still got to
Yes.
bid it. You still have to do it, yeah. Yeah. If you've got 8 plus points or an ace and king, then you bid a suit, or you bid 2 no trumps.
So this suit is like 4 card suit.
It could be a 4-card suit with ace king for 2 of spades, something like that. Or you bid 2 no trumps with just 8 plus points, and just a flat hand. If your partner has responded to your opening 2 clubs with 2 no trumps, then you are really thinking there could be a slam on here. So you have to bid again to try and find that slam. Now we're going to do slam bidding sometime. We haven't quite done it yet.
What's the difference between bidding the suit and 2 no trumps? They'd only bid the suit if they had an ace and a king.
Does it have quality, the suit? Does it have to have the suit?
You'd only bid the
4
2 no
ranks?
trump. You need to have 4. I mean, say you had
Like the suit is not that wonderful, like. small.
just get a nice clean board, as clean as it can be, as that is. Right, so say, for instance, your partner's opened 2 clubs, and you've got, let's take that 2 off there. Right, so you've got that. That's a 2, not a 7. Right, so you've got 7 points there, but you haven't got a suit. You wouldn't bid your clubs, would you?
Bid no trumps.
So in that case, you'd say 2 no trumps.
Yeah.
But if you had something like that, then you would say 2 spades, because you've got 5 of them, and you've got 7 points.
Oh, so the ace and the king don't have to be in the same suit?
No.
No.
But if you had 7 points and they were like queen, jack,
You still bid no trumps.
then you just bid no trumps. No,
You just
no,
pass.
you bid 2 diamonds. Sorry.
Oh, 2 diamonds.
You bid 2 diamonds because those 7 aren't good enough. Because an ace and a king, you're going to win the ace, and the king with a few others. I mean, if the king was a singleton, you wouldn't bid, because it's not worth anything really. It's probably going to go under an ace. But that sort of thing isn't as good. It's not as strong a hand, so you just hang with that to 2 diamonds. Right. So, got the next page. Any other examples anybody wants?
Yes, once I had a couple of points and about 8 diamonds, and I can't remember, I can't think I said 2 diamonds, but anyway, I was supposed to have shown these diamonds.
You said 2 diamonds.
two diamonds, but then it's a
Oh,
then I
what's
have
the
to say
artificial
not
bid?
conventional, but
Oh,
then if you have only 2 points or something, it's of no use, isn't it? Where is it going to go?
Well, you might have had 2 diamonds if we got.
Bid your negative first, then rebid them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean bid
Unless
2
you're
diamonds?
caught up in a transfer.
Yeah, just thinking that, I realised, yeah,
Yeah.
you're
You know,
right.
so,
Oh,
Uh,
cards.
The fact that you have 8 diamonds doesn't mean that your bid of 2 diamonds isn't conventional. It's still conventional. It's just showing a low point count. You can then, as John said, you can then rebid your diamonds.
also,
Like at the 3 level then?
well, your 8 diamonds may come in very useful. In
No
the
trumps, yeah, yeah.
No trumps?
You'd either be in 3 no trumps or 6 diamonds probably with that hand, depending on what, you know.
It's preferable to diamonds. Yeah. Only requires partners to have ace king small.
Yeah. If you're not in 3 no trumps, you're better in 6 diamonds than 5. You know, you'd want to be in 5 diamonds. You either want to be in 3 no trumps or 6 diamonds. Depends on the strength of your hand. But if your partner's open, got a strong hand, you've got to be in game with all those diamonds. Right, so if partner responds to diamonds with 23, 24, you bid 2 no trumps. With 25, 27, you bid 3. With 28, 30, you bid 4 no trumps. If you've got your strong 2 in the major, then you bid your major. These bids aren't forcing, but they're highly encouraging because if you only need 2 points, 1 or 2 points to bid game. So whilst, I mean, that one is, you know, you're in game already, but that one you shouldn't really consider what you've got because you don't want to leave it in 2 no trumps and they've, you know, unless you've got absolutely nothing. And that one is just inviting really to a slam. This bid here is forcing. You must bid again with this. Those are encouraging. This is forcing. And you've got to, if you've got 0 to 3 points and you haven't got a fit with your partner, then you bid 2 no trumps. Remember your partner's got 6, so you need 2 of them to have a fit. And it's a second denial. And actually, you know, we all get it wrong at times. And I did it at a congress once with David. We had this very thing. He opened 2 clubs. I said 2 diamonds. He said 2 hearts, and I passed. And we should have been in 6.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Remember that, yeah?
Did you tell him?
No, he didn't. He doesn't tell people off. He was very good. I felt guilty because I'd played so many contracts. And I thought, oh, well, we play another one now if I say 2 no trumps. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't think like that. It's
No.
stupid.
Just going back to the case where you have 23 to 24 points and your partner has responded 2 diamonds and you come in with 2 no trumps. This is just to reiterate the point that Liz made. It's quite an important point. In that situation, treat the 2 no trumps bid as exactly the same as if your partner had opened 2 no trumps, except he's a bit stronger. So Stayman and transfer should be bid if you can bid them.
Okay.
So just remember to do that. And remember, if you're a responder, that your partner, that's what your partner will be doing in that situation.
Yeah.
Because you're into no trump bidding the same way as if you'd open 2 no trumps.
So we've got some preset boards. So it should be straightforward as opposed to what do I do? Okay, so let's play some cards.